Hello, my High Priestess Key 333 family. I'm in the place to be. On the 1, 2, and the 3. Okay. All right. So, family, I am here to do this message for you guys. I haven't been over on this channel in a while. Not that much, not that long. I mean, I did the new moon, right? Reading. So that's still here. And I will be doing another moon phase reading as well. I think we're still in the crescent waxing right now. Okay. And along with that, we're coming up on the first quarter, then the gibbous waxing, and then the full moon. Okay. So we know that the full moon will be here on the 12th. Okay. So you need to be preparing for that at this time. All right. The planetary alignment is definitely calling for us to do that at this time. Okay. Release some things, reassess some things. All right. There's a lot of chaotic energy right now. But it's also a lot of abundant energy right now. So we have that duality that's in the air based off of the planetary alignment right now. Okay. So, don't get caught up in the sorry, family, those cards flew out. Okay. Let me see what it says, though, what the answers is throughout. All right. So we have the Sun, Chiron, and Scorpio. So that's definitely, some energy there, honey. But no, but what I want to first start out by saying is, and let me look at what we're in at this time, right? Because I like to give y'all an update, although this is just a ancestor message, right? Or overall planetary alignment check-in with you guys, right? And I resonate with the true sidereal and the Verdict family, all right? So you do know that. So I don't speak in reference of the Western astrology, which is okay if that's what you resonate with, do you, right? But I'm just telling you what I resonate with. And right now, the sun is still in Pisces. It won't be in the Aries until the 14th. Okay. Closer to the middle of the month. And of course, Jupiter is definitely right now in a place of a fortunate area for us, right? Um, but I do want to tell you like some of what it is showing in reference of, the planetary alignment. Okay. Let me go to I'm trying to find it in my phone. Okay. Of what it's looking like right now. Okay. Because I did have it saved. So excuse me, family. All right, here we go. Yeah, so the sun in Pisces, the moon, right now, the moon is in, hold on, let me tell you. So today, the moon is in Gemini, all right, which is my sun in the true sidereal, in the Verdict. So right now, we're in Gemini energy. So we're in the air moon. So your mind may be running and racing, and you may be doing a lot of thinking and thoughts and things like that. Okay, but remember, your thoughts affect your emotions. So be very careful because we got that water in the sun still. Although they tell you we're in that fire element, right now we're still in water energy. If you look out in the sky, you will see that energy of Pisces being right there in the sky, okay, where we're located at. Earth, right? We have many, many planets, true sidereal and verdict, in Pisces, family. Pisces, Mercury is in Pisces, Venus is in Pisces, retrograde. Mars is in between Gemini and Cancer right now. Okay, that's where it is in the true sidereal and the verdict. Taurus has Jupiter is still in Taurus, so it's still in that abundant money, aspect of things. Saturn is in Pisces, so we have a lot of us coming online in reference of downloads and so forth in reference of karmic debt, because remember, Pisces is that more spiritual sign, but it's also about in things that you're enduring, the karmic things that you may endure. okay? But also being positive and knowing what you value. It's about your beliefs right now a lot, okay? In reference of you maybe even want to clear up karmic debt and things of that sort. Uranus is still in Taurus, okay? The master builder. But also don't be tricked out of your money as well, or tricked out of you knowing, because having envy and pride goes along with that Taurus energy, whether it's your money, that you're having envious thoughts, right? And being in your emotions about certain things, and or having pride. Because that is what Taurus energy is for Uranus and Jupiter right now. But not only that, it shows that you will be inspired to do a lot of things, inspired after going after new things, inspired in reference of expansion, right? Yeah. But also some of you being inspired in reference of, and encouraged by your ancestors to stop and cut off generational curses and so forth, right now, because it could be 3 times the curse or 3 times the blessing, right? With that expansion in Taurus, being inspired of that, right? Um, and then Neptune is in Pisces too. So Neptune is definitely about karma. It's about what you know you should be doing or you shouldn't be doing, and it being a karmic reaction. So karma being so much into Pisces, that is it is interesting, right? It is interesting because Pisces definitely goes back to your faith and your beliefs, right? What do you have faith in, right? What are your beliefs? What are your values? Staying positive right now, okay? And of course, they have Quayar or Pluto in Capricorn, all right, which is interesting also. But that goes back to the love of money, to the love of hard work, or receiving love in reference of your compensation, right? In multiple ways. And then we have Chiron in Pisces, and we have the North Node in Pisces. And then we have the South Node in Virgo. Family, Pisces is what it is right now, which we know Pisces also signifies the duality, the two fishes, the opposites, right? So we will face a lot of polarity right now, swimming one way and swimming the other, and the balancing of the both, right? But you must have faith. You must stay positive. You must now realize and reevaluate what you value. What are your beliefs? What do you have faith in? What carries you forward in reference of your spirituality? Pay attention to your dreams. Write your dreams down right now. It is a must. Pay attention to your visions. Your downloads right now are going to be very strong. A lot of water element right now. Okay, in the planetary alignment, what you can see in the sky. And I think I took, and if not, I'll just go to Skywalk while we're right here on the phone before I pull the message. Okay, let me go to it. Okay, in the sky. Yeah, look at it in the sky. Look at the sky and look at the fishes. Look at all the planetary alignment. Look at that. There's the sun. See the sun? Look at the fishes. There's one fish. There's the other fish. See it? It's Pisces. See the Pisces right there? Now look right here. Look right here. You see all of those planets, family? Look at look, it's Mercury, it's Saturn, it's Neptune, it's so many, family. Let me blow it up. You see them? There it go. Boom. It's Mercury, it's Saturn, it's some other there's Venus. Yeah, there's the sun. Look at it. There's Venus, there's the sun, there's Mercury, there's Neptune, there's Saturn. This is all in the sky, and it's time stamped too. Okay, and you see it's on the fish. See, it's on the fish in the sky. It's just a replica of what's in the sky. It's just symbolism, but it shows you the date and the time over here. See it? The date and the time of what's in the sky. This is what you can look out in a telescope. It just gives you a visual on the phone. But this is, look at the Pisces. Family, can't make this up. Can't make this up. Can't make this up. Okay? And that's Pisces. You see, well, it moved. Sorry. I had to get it back because it moves. Because it's actually the sky. Look at how it moves. It's actually the globe. It's actually the earth. Look. It's asteroids, it's planets, it's all kinds of stuff that we're looking at in this. Look. See? South, north, it tells you, right? West. See? See that? See the planets? See the energy that it shows you over it? This is a Philicus. Okay? This is a Philicus. That right there is Cetus. Cetus. All of them are planets. Hydra. Look at the CSAT. Look at the CSAT. Look at that snake. Yeah. Asteroids, planets, family. I love stuff like this, right? But anyways, that's what this channel is all about. Planetary alignment, numerology, spiritual astrology. That's what we get into over here on High Priestess Key 333. All right. So let's get into it. Let's see what the ancestors want us to know. About all of this Pisces energy that we're in. What brings in this Pisces energy throughout all of these planets, ancestors, at the first of this month, April? Spring. Yeah, we just had the spring equinox, which we are in. Why are we sitting in all what is the planetary alignment in the climate in the Pisces energy that we sit in at this time? What is the message of the Pisces energy that we sit in at this time, ancestors, whether retro or not? Give us some messages in reference of this Piscean energy that we sit in all over the planetary alignment, ancestors. Speak to our souls in reference of what we need to know. Here it is, ancestors. Thank you. Ashe. Yeah. So what the ancestors gave us is definitely a message of encouragement, okay? Of being encouraged and knowing and having faith, right? A lot of us are doing things right now in reference of our emotions, because it's a lot of water that we're sitting in at this time, right? Although you may not be told that right now is we're sitting in the realm of the unconscious, right? So a lot of things, when you think about that, overall message is the realm of the unconscious, right? So that goes back to letting us know there's a lot of sacrifices that are happening right now with this energy that we're sitting in, okay? When you think of the unconscious, right? When you think of the unconscious, right? When things are unconscious, and I'm going to look up the unconscious, the part of the mind in which is inaccessible to the conscious mind, but which affects behavior and emotions. That's what we're sitting in right now. That's why you're going to see a lot of things happening right now that are karmic in reference of trauma and drama and people really moving out of their emotions and living with ego. We're going to see a lot of that in this Pisces energy that is in across the board in all these planetary alignment right now. Okay. That's why we have to have faith. That's why we have to stay positive. That's why we're going to endure some things. And we must speak on it as well. Be truthful and reveal the things that we're going to feel and that we have been feeling and that we're going to be seeing. This is the realm that lets us know overall that it's going to be a lot of people that are going to be emotionally unstable, family. And even you. Okay. This is the realm of self-harm. So a lot of you need to be very careful not to harm thyself, right? And to really be able to understand that you're going to have to set boundaries in a lot of ways. You're going to have to be able to see things not just with your two eyes, but with your third eye and with your higher consciousness, right? That's why ancestors this week, throughout me putting messages on my Patreon, it was all about using our discernment, our intuition, balance, and rising to our higher conscious, because a lot of people are functioning unconsciously out of emotions, and they're unstable, and they're going through major issues, things that they haven't dealt with, shadow work that hasn't been done. And then they're having to make sacrifices on top of that, because there will be a lot of sacrifices made, whether good or bad. A lot of people right now are going to be naive to listening to things that really don't serve their highest good, and that really shouldn't even be something you should be putting your energy to. You should be listening to things like I'm listening to this morning, frequency music, and things that raise your vibration, not the distractions of the demonic forces that are trying to control the mind, that will make you, that on that rim of unconsciousness, be able to feel and be emotional, right? It's going to be a lot of emotional sacrifices. Females are definitely going to be sacrificed a lot right now. We may see an uproar of drowning, not just drowning. Think about my crime deck, right? Where my drowning card is. Yeah, it could be about a lot of people drowning, right? Maybe going into start swimming, and this is spring and people getting back into water. But not only that, but drowning in your emotions, depression, anxiety, fear, right? But the ancestors want you to know right now, don't allow yourself to be easily manipulated, because that's the energy we're in. Especially when it has to do with your earthly possessions, material things. A lot of you need to go through a healing process of things from the past and let go. Okay, because the unconscious mind deals with that, your thoughts, your feeling, the urges, and your memories that exist from outside of the conscious awareness. Right now is about you being aware, being able to understand and realize that things are not always what it seems, not to be naive, because the water current is pushing against each other with the Piscean energy, polarity, the good and the bad. That's why Pisces are looked at as very spiritual, because water is a conduit of spirit. Sometimes spirit can be tricky. So you must be able to tap in and realize, you know, working with your first line of defense, which is your ancestors, those that are in your bloodline, that had your DNA, that walked this earth, and some that you may have not have even known that walked the earth before you reincarnated here. But being able to tap into that spirit, and being able to not live in your ego, and ask the ancestors to help guide you through this traumatic situation that you could be going through, or this positive situation that you could be going through. So either or, we need to be having gratitude on both sides of the fence, because right now we have two fishes, right, that we're lying into with all of the planetary alignment. And we know with those two fishes, it is definitely easily to be um, waved, right? But ancestors want us to go with the ebb and the flow, want us to be able to consciously be able to see outside of the things that are just out external, but to be able to go within, right? Understanding as above, so below, as within, so without. So we need to recognize all of that, right? As Sigmund Freud has said about the unconscious mind, right, which was that philosopher, or he was, into psychology and so forth, comparing the mind, the unconscious is a massive part of the submerged below the water effect, right, which we're in water right now in the planetary alignment. And the ancestors threw out so many messages here for us about what we're going through right now in this watery time, or watery spring, right? And a lot that's here is definitely, we got Cancer. Cancer could be going through major love and compensation within the message that's here. But it's another water sign as well, having to make a lot of sacrifices. Cancer, this time right now may be very, very uplifting, and it may be that you're able to move through the cycles of life right now a little easier than before. That stands out about your earthly possessions. If you're a Cancer, this may resonate with you. It may have goes back to the energy of, the sacrifices that you've made. Okay. And the sorrow and the regrets of things from the past, but the ancestors changing some things for you. What is changing? The miracles that are going to happen for the collective. A lot of you are going to have things happen that you didn't realize could happen. That's why ancestors is telling us with this Pisces energy, and that's in the law of perpetual transmutation of change, right? Which is change. So the changes is to come out of the lion's gate and be able to survive the things that didn't feel great. The energy of trauma is in the karmic aspect of things, where it's where you put out is what you get back. So have you put out, or have you gotten rid of those things that have been traumatic to you, or let go of those things that have been traumatic to you? Are you still bringing trauma into your life, into others? And if so, that's what you're going to get. It's going to be very fast the way this karma is in the Pisces that we sit in, It's going to definitely bring that karmic energy quickly, because water moves fast. In everything that you do, even the things that you sacrifice, even the things around your children right now, around your mental well-being, around the things that you're confident in, you need to work on your solar plexus, your throat chakra. Ancestors saying that in this Pisces energy, that is definitely the two elements, or the two chakras that you should be working on in this watery element. For my water signs, you guys are going to have some things to flow for you right now. Cancer being definitely one major one, and of course Pisces, right? Right now it's a lot of you worried about earthly things, worried about your home life, worried about, how you're going to work things out around your living conditions. A lot of you worried about these things. Clarity on the spread in reference of this Piscean time that we're going through, ancestors, and the miracles that you're showing here, and the cycles and all of things about our earthly possessions and our living conditions, in this Piscean energy that is all over the planetary alignment. Give us clarity, confirmation, clarity and confirmation, clarity and confirmation on the spread that is here, ancestors, right here. Thank you, ancestors, for the clarity and the confirmation on what's the message that is here. Ashe. Yeah. So it's definitely going to be some things that are going to cause us some chaos. All right. I have to be truthful in the message. Okay. It's definitely some things here, family. All right. Ancestors want us to know, we got to be very careful in reference of violence. Okay. And also some violent things, or you may be having some things going in your life that contribute to sacrifice with your home life. Okay. But there's going to be some miracles that happen in this energy that's here, because Lapidus was clarified. The miracles was clarified with the Lapidus. Okay. So this is definitely ancestors saying that Taurus energy too. So some of my Tauruses out there, this could be strong message for you where your home life or your living conditions, there's some type of sacrificial energy in there that you're going to have some type of miracles that's going to come through for you. Or you could feel like there's going to be a miracle. I'm hearing the song, it's going to be a miracle. Yes, it's going to be a miracle. Right? I'm hearing that by Denise Williams. Maybe look up the lyrics to that if this resonates with you. You're going to feel a decrease in pain for some of you. For some of you, this is going to be great strength for you within this segment of prosperity and abundance, where you're going to feel like it is a miracle. Okay. But I do feel that this is masculine energy. So the duality of that is, yes, for some of you, this is going to bring in a flux of financial prosperity. You know what I'm saying? But for some of you, this Taurus energy is Saturn's moon, which is also in Pisces, right? So it's going to bring in a flux of finances, to that current of money, right? To come flowing into you very strongly. It's going to be a miracle. It's going to be a miracle. That's what I'm hearing. Yes, it's going to be a miracle. Over and over in my head when I'm saying that, okay? When I'm looking at this message, okay? Bringing some of you out of the lion's gate. But for some of you who aren't doing right and making the wrong decisions, this could cause your demise. This could cause some negativity in your life, poverty, adultery, violence. This is the realm of masculine energy that don't do great, being the person of interest. All right. So if you're not doing good things, this could be wicked energy. All right. But you still have the duality of coming out of that energy and allowing the miracles to happen for you as well. Okay. So I have to read the spread as it comes, but there is a change that's here. So for some of you, the change is from the dramatic, violent situations that you've been through in the past. It's going to be miracles that's come through for you. That's going to be the perpetual transmutation. Is that change is going to happen. It's going to be a miracle. It's going to feel like a miracle coming out of that uncomfortable situation. But for some of you, it's going to be the other way around. It just depends on what you decide in your life and what path you decide to take. See, because it's all about you on your compass, on your wheel, and which way you want to go. You have the free will. All right. Now, it's some of you who answers to say it's about you being divine. Your internal vibrations right now is about you operating out of integrity in this watery energy in your emotions. Some of you, it's going to be about your mouth. You speaking negativity over your life is going to bring a negative life. You must walk with integrity and be in integrity, because you got that Neptune energy that's sitting on your internal vibrations, which is all about your living conditions. And you put those two together, that's about being divine. That's Aries energy. And since it says some of you who are going through strife in your life right now, this is a warning that you must not do something or you will receive karma. This is what the ancestors are saying. Some of you are fighting against that, fighting against being divine, or fighting against you speaking negative or fussing with others or trying to bring others havoc over their lives. Right now is not a good time to do that, because you're going to feel the karma just like that in a New York second. And New York moves quickly and swiftly. I don't know why New York came to mind, but maybe there's something coming up in reference of New York. But the ancestors is saying this is a realm in reference of many things. The duality of Neptune and Mercury that's here is all about the communication. Is all about the technology. We're going to see a lot come out in reference of technology. People who use technology to cause havoc and harm, there's going to be karma to pay for it, and we're going to be able to see it. There's a need for you to set boundaries around some form of relationships. Otherwise, you may be burnt, literally. Okay? whether that brings your demise or whether that means you catch some type of diseases out there from not being divine or someone else not being divine. Something happened in reference of your home life, your living conditions. These are all the things. Okay? You may have some people that may lie to you right now very easily. Don't be manipulated, because remember, overall the energy was of manipulation, right? Naiveness, right? And so it is. The answers is also saying we're, right now it's all about mercy, understanding, and forgiveness. Some of you, it's time for you to have mercy on thyself, but also have mercy on others and ask for forgiveness, right? Because we have so much energy here about relationships and how technology is going to control a big part of our living conditions in our home life family, that we must understand that we're going to have to use discernment and operate out of integrity. Because when you operate out of integrity, then that energy of um, the pain that you feel like you're going to go through, we're going to have that intervention that's going to come in, that's going to save us, those who decide to do the right thing, those who decide to cause harm to others and thyself. Because remember, the overall message was about self-harm. So you must know and be aware of what serves your highest good and rise to that. Otherwise, the warning is karma on your soul. And the ancient ancestors is coming in to help those that are trying to be divine and connect with the divine. And for those who aren't, you have karma to pay. You have karma to pay. Um, because I'm seeing also in the cause and effect, what you cause will affect the violence or the prosperity and abundance in your life right now. And that's what's showing here. Also, the things you've endured will bring success. But for those of you who are going through some major chaos, right? Because my chaos, my destruction and confusion, you're going to have to break some cycles. This came out on the cancers, okay? You may pay for other sins right now, okay, within the chaos for some of you, right? If you're living out of that ego, and if you're living out of, not making sacrifices or trying to make others be a sacrificial lamb for you, okay? When in actuality, this is about things that, inside of those also energy where something is hidden. You're not seeing everything for what it truly is, and maybe goes back to your earthly possessions, but it also goes back to fear. For some of you, the chaos is within the mind. So you cause destruction out of you not understanding and being aware and setting your intentions for your highest good. So that will bring the chaos. And then you're going to have to pay for the sins of others and for yourself. Versus you choosing to be divine and operating out of integrity, you vibrate high, the law of rhythm, right? Which is the messenger of sin. So you must confess, because it's a lot here in reference of confessions, in reference of, repentance, having mercy, and knowing that you'll be able to come out of whatever it is that has caused some type of interruption in your life. And there is intervention, and the intervention is you connecting with your ancestors, you connecting with the Most High, you saving you overall, right? Because I've told you guys that that even came out in our message, in Is It For You, right? But right now it's about, this is a time frame of intervention. A lot of you, this is also goes back to the realm that deals with like a medical intervention. Some of you, you may have some type of you may need a medical intervention. You may have health situations that come down the line, okay? Or it may be something you're already dealing with, Okay. And the ancestors is showing that, in this time frame and in this energy right now, to be careful in reference of any type of medications, any type of drugs you're taking. Be careful of, you know poisonings, drownings. Remember, we got all of that. So be careful. Pay attention to the things that you're taking by mouth. Okay. Because it's a lot of you that the things that you're taking in by mouth could affect your your life. Period. Okay. And in my notes, I'm also driven to give you messages about um to take care of your body, family. Okay. um take care of your body. Work on working out, exercising right now. Be careful of the things that you put into your body. Okay. Some of you need to, just not for everyone, but some of you need to really um, maybe have some type of medical intervention about your small intestines or something of that sort, or something in reference of, your bones. Okay. Maybe you're having joints and aches and, in your body. Some of you, that's for some of you. But it's like as if the ancestors is saying, some of you need to get that, if you're having the aches in your bones or it's time for you to get that checked out. Okay. Because right now, the ancestors said if you get whatever checked out, the change is that you'll have a decrease in your pain. Okay. It'll feel like a miracle that's come through in reference of helping you cure whatever ailment that is in your body. Okay. Whether that's stomach pain, IBS, whatever it is, or whether it's a leg sprain or ankle or a knee, whatever, right? Back, whatever. But the answer is definitely showing that it's definitely a time for you to work on your health because a medical intervention is here. Okay. So be very careful. All right. But this is what I have for you guys. Sorry it was a little long, but the answers gave us a lot in reference of this Piscean energy. It's a lot here about your home lives, your living conditions, how you work in reference of the choices that you make emotionally. Okay. And knowing that you got to remember about your well-being, family. Sacrifice some things, pay it forward, you know put out that good karma to receive the good karma back. Don't function off of your emotions solely. All right. Because you may make rash decisions like that. Don't live out of your ego. It's okay to have an ego, but when you're living out of your ego, that's a different thing. Okay. So be very careful. And that is the message. Remember, we are still, all the planetary alignment right now is watery. Don't let the Western fool you. Okay. So you must be divine and work with water as well. If you do your rituals and so forth, work with water. Okay. I say work with water, earth, and fire, and air. Shoot, work with all the elements, but make sure you incorporate that water in there. All right. I work with all my elements. Okay. But I love you guys. I will see you soon. Much love to you. I'll be over on All in the Cards today to do some cases. Check me out over there later on tonight. I'll see you guys back here for a moon message very soon. And I'm going to also do the elements broken out as well for you guys. All right. For April. All right. Much love to you. Peace. Peace, family.